Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In an article published by BusinessInsider.com, Microsoft explained the rationale behind naming its upcoming console Xbox Series X. The article showed how the naming works by sort of deciphering how it was presented in the 2019 Game Awards. Basically, there were three parts. The topmost part was written in small letters and it read "The New", suggesting that this is a new way of naming the Xbox lineup. This word Xbox was written in big letters to suggest this is the main name, and lastly, the name Series X suggests that it is a name of an upcoming console lineups, and that is why people are thinking there is a high chance of seeing another version of next-gen Xbox that is less expensive, diskless, and more geared toward streaming. A Microsoft representative had this to say about the naming of the new console or console series. Quote, "The name we're carrying forward to the next generation is simply Xbox, and at the Game Awards you saw that name come to life through the Xbox Series X." This concept of naming things is not totally foreign to reckon, as it is used in different products. So, for example, in cars, where companies release a new car with a different name that doesn't include the name of the parent company, and they're usually like those lineups of cars. So probably just for marketing purposes and to make people think that it's something different. But in this case, Microsoft is doing it like to suggest that this is a new way of dealing with the naming of its consoles. And it's a little bit similar here, as the name Microsoft doesn't get mentioned in the Xbox consoles. Using the word new here suggests that Microsoft is trying to cut ties with its weird console naming in the past, like Xbox, then Xbox 360, then Xbox One. That was really strange and not consistent. And now they try to call every new Xbox console, well, Xbox, and then add a name indicative to differentiate between which Xbox is which. While this is an attempt to make things simpler, I still think they made it more confusing, because no matter how they try, all of their Xbox consoles are Xbox, and they can't get rid of the fact that they have to use this name, Xbox. Either can they ditch the name, because it is already an established brand name, so they cannot really release new consoles and then just call them something else and people will be confused who is making this console. There is also the fact that the name Series X is very similar to the name One X in Xbox One X. Microsoft representative had this to say about the matter. Similar to what fans have seen with previous generations, the name Xbox Series X allows room for additional consoles in the future. Microsoft is trying, in an unsuccessful way, in my opinion at least, to clear the ambiguation. Well, at least they try to, unlike Nintendo and what it did with the Wii U. Things might change in the future if we see other series of Xbox consoles released. That will take some time. Microsoft is gradually sharing very little information, and I think they did this clarification to make consumers try to understand the weird naming and adapt to it before sharing more important information about the hardware and the pricing. In fact, it is a smart move to make sure the audience knows there is this new console and not to confuse it with the older generation and build hype around it. And even the console design already has people talking about it, and I think it's a good thing for Microsoft, as people are making videos about this new gaming product, and this is a kind of free marketing to the Xbox Series X. So to conclude this, I think Microsoft has paid attention rather late to the fact that those fancy namings that are complicated aren't going to be very helpful to them, and then they're trying in one way or another to make it more normalized and less confusing for people. In fact, the way Sony names its consoles is pretty simple but very effective. You have PlayStation, PlayStation 2, 3, 4, and 5. And you don't get confused which PlayStation is which. But with Xbox, you know, we already had speculations before the Xbox One appeared that it might be named Xbox 720, and even the Project Scarlet was like people thinking like maybe it's going to be named Xbox 2, which, you know, doesn't really make lots of sense. I think this is one of the caveats of naming consoles different strange names rather than just sticking to simple naming with predictable words. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe for more, and I will talk to you again soon.